Today, we dive into how teens view their dreams. I really want to unveil how things can be difficult when choosing careers, making decisions, and the overall lack of understanding that teens face. What are some setbacks and how pressure can discourage imagination? Jonathan will be joining us today with an adequate background in music and a passion for engineering new beats. We're going to pinpoint Jonathan's dream and release his plans to achieve it. I'm your host, Nathan Rondoni. This is Connecting the Dots. Today we're joined with our co-host Haley.
Hi.
And Jonathan.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, man. I want to start with something real.
Yeah.
If you knew with 100% certainty that you could not fail, what would you try and do?
If I knew every path would work out, I guess trust not in my instinct, try to not follow the world because I'm going to have so many decisions that I want to make, but, there's going to be a path that's really set for me,
Mm-hmm. What's that path look like?
I guess, my situation, if you don't know, I do music. I'm a musician and I like making music. And I guess for that specific path, making music can be difficult sometimes, but it can also be kind of stressful because obviously I'm not out there yet. I don't have social media. I don't do any of that, but I'm still figuring it out. I'm 16, doesn't mean anything. So I could still achieve if I really wanted to. For a path that works out perfectly and it's guaranteed, not trusting my instincts because I believe in God and I believe that he's got a path set for me. Yeah. So trusting in God is a huge role and a huge part of my life that I want to set my life on. So.
Yeah. So you want to chase this goal of being an artist, being mainstream, right? Producing music. Yeah. Let's reverse engineer it. What's that even look like? What are the building blocks to just get there? Do you know stuff like that? Because obviously there's the big names, Justin Bieber, like that, but kind of how did he start? How did he get signed? How did he get into the mainstream music industry?
Yeah, I've watched a bunch of videos, seen a bunch of advice, and I guess it's just mostly about getting your name out there. Obviously, not off to an amazing start, but I'm getting there. It's part of the process, right? You're going to go through hardships, and I guess just getting your name out there, that's the biggest one. If you want to become big and successful, everyone's got to know you in some type of way. So for what I'm trying to do eventually, maybe sometime this year, maybe release music, on Spotify or just all platforms. That'd be a cool idea.
Do you have any songs that you're already created?
I do, and for my youth group, I've played one of them. It's called "The Cross." Pretty cool song, in my opinion. I think it's cool. Maybe I'll release it sometime this year, and I really like playing it. I really liked the process of making it. I really liked the lyrics I used, but it's not about me. I'm giving God the glory through all this. So for sure, I do like that one. I've also made one that I've not really told a lot of people, but I've named one called "Take My Hand." And it's a song about, it's kind of mixing back and forth about God talking to me, but I'm also talking to God, it's also about paths too. What path am I going to be on for the rest of my life? Will you take my hand and we'll be all right? That's one of the lyrics. Yeah. Will you take my hand and we'll be all right? Will you take my hand and we'll be just fine? So that's one of the songs that I fully completed that I might release sometime soon. So.
I think the biggest thing in getting out there is you kind of just have to do it.
Yeah,
you kind of just have to take a step, like Nike, just do it. Just get out there. With this, we were scared to start it, starting a podcast, not really a popular thing in the youth. But let's do it. Let's see where it can go. One of the big things that keeps us is who said it? Kevin Hart said it. And he said, to fail is to not try. So don't be scared of failure. Yeah,
because it's part of the process.
It's part of growth.
Exactly.
Let's get honest. Has there ever been a moment where someone has discouraged you on your dream or just talked bad about it, you're not going to make it anywhere?
Yeah, multiple times. And I feel like that's just part of life. You go through struggles and stuff like that. Especially my situation, there's definitely been people who've wanted to just keep me down and they want to be up. The whole point of people doing that is to push people down for them to build themselves up, So yeah, I guess what that did to my dream kind of just messed me up. I kind of had doubt. Kind of just had that feeling man, if this person says it, I guess it's true because they're smart and wise, right? Yeah. I started to learn over time, they're really not. They're really not wise because if I want to pursue my dream, I'm going to do it, right? And especially with God, in my opinion, nothing's impossible with God. So.
Yeah, I think of it I just want to intervene real quick and give a little simile. I think about a Rubik's Cube. If you place every focus on that Rubik's Cube, you're going to solve it eventually. Maybe not in day one of you trying to solve it, but it takes a lot of time to solve that. So, it's the same thing with a dream.
Exactly.
If you work every day at achieving it, in those struggles, you're still going to find success.
Yeah.
So really working on solving that Rubik's Cube, which is your dream, I think that's what can keep you going.
Yeah.
But like maybe when the cube's all messed up, someone messes up for you, like you still can work through it. I think that's kind of how we should look
100%.
at our dreams. Like we could keep working through stuff.
For sure.
But like, what does your Rubik's Cube look like now?
Rubik's Cube. That's a cool analogy. I really like that. Yeah, I guess my Rubik's Cube, sometimes it could be puzzled and I don't know what's going on. Sometimes it could be solved. At the same time, obviously, I wouldn't say I'm at a successful point. Obviously, I'm not successful right now. But like you said, it's all part of that process. Like we're going to go through times where people mess it all up, like which color is supposed to go in which spot, right? And that's the same thing with life. Like you're going to have times where they're going to want to mess you up. And now you're just stuck in this one place. Like, how do I get out of it? How do I solve it? So,
Yep.
But right now, I guess my Rubik's Cube, I don't know. I got one side solved, maybe.
There you go.
I'm still trying to solve the other. I can't even solve a Rubik's Cube, so we'll see.
Yeah, I can't solve a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
But if I spent a year trying to solve it, I feel like I could get it solved.
Exactly. It's part of it.
If I spent 10 hours a day solving it, it would get solved.
You build up that, level. Exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind of what the Rubik's Cube represents.
And I think what's interesting about you specifically is you're sitting at this intersection. You either work hard on music or you listen to the people. How do you trust where to go against all those external pressures?
I'm always going to say I'm going to rely on God for sure. And
Yeah.
either work hard on music or listen to the people. Well, I guess working hard on music is kind of it's part of it, right? You got to work hard. This is such a struggle with me that I've always had, is working hard, having that mentality to actually get something done. And that's like with everything, like my grades or whatever, right? I'm still trying to figure it out. Still figuring everything out. We're all teenagers. We're still in that.
We're still all so young.
Still also young. Exactly. But yeah, to work on hard on music, I guess I would definitely obviously stick with that, because like there's going to be people like that want to like just put me down, and that I'm going to want to try to listen to them because I think that they might be saying something that's right. But the way that I trust to go through all those struggles is just God, man. I'm going to keep on trusting in God, because he's got a path for me. He's got a path set aside just for me. And what I'm going to do is going to eventually give glory to him, So how do I trust where to go against like that pressure of people like telling me what to do? Like earlier we mentioned college, and like maybe getting a degree and slipping right into a job where I can get good money. But I guess it's not really relying on like the worldly stuff like money, it's more relying on like what I'm going to actually pursue. And it's like my dreams, right? Because I want to pursue my dream. I want to actually do what I feel like I want to do, especially if it's something that I was given, I have a gift. Like humbly, I have a gift.
Yeah, I've listened to him sing. I've listened to him play. He's
you.
very talented in his
Thank you.
in his pursuit of music. Like he has the ability to make it. He has the skills and the knowledge and the flow.
Yeah.
Like watching him flow through a worship set, play effortlessly. Because I play a little guitar, but not very great. And then just watching Jonathan come in and just be able to strum the guitar the way he does, it's truly like inspirational. It's really cool to watch.
I really appreciate that.
Him and his craft.
Yeah.
And like
Thank you.
there's this thing that's called pursuit of excellence, and then there's like crappy flow and flow state. So when you're pursuing excellence, you're kind of in that flow state and you're enjoying what you're doing, and even the struggles, you're still enjoying them. But if you're in this crappy flow, which could be college, if you don't want to go to college and you end up going to college, you're just kind of flowing through college and you're not enjoying it. So I think a big thing when teens are trying to chase their dream, but also we live in a world where you do need money. Like
Exactly.
you can't not have money.
It's part of it. Yeah.
Like that's just the reality that we're faced with. So I think trying to find that flow, that excellence, that you still can live a sufficient life it's very difficult. I mean, we're so young, we don't really have an understanding of the world and how stuff works. And just being thrown out of high school, like either going into debt for college or going to work a job and not have an education, like you don't have the amount of credibility to some employers. It's like there's a lot of situations we're faced with, but having a dream and still chasing that dream, I think it brings much more utility to life than it would just working a 9-to-5 office job. Unless you enjoy that. Like if your dream is to work in an office,
Then that's
like
part of your
chase it.
dream. Exactly.
Like do something you're going to enjoy, but you also have to bring it to reality.
Exactly. And especially part of bringing it to reality, you have to work hard, right? Especially, like you said, money is part of reality. That's just how life is, you have to get it. So especially about just being successful, it's kind of just working hard, keep in that mentality, keep on doing what you want to do, especially if it's something you love, because, you know, you could do like you said, 9-to-5 job, but you might just be like, oh, I'm getting the money, but I don't like it. But like, man, just do something you love. Like, seriously, pursue what you want to pursue. And if God wants it to work out, then he will. If God doesn't want to work out, then he won't let it work out, you know? So
It's a difficult topic just to even discuss, because some people don't know where they want to go. Some people don't know what their dream is. Some people are so set on their dream that it actually consumes them, and then they get broken when they realize there's a little bit of a reality to it, or their dream isn't quite as fathomable as it is they think it is.
yeah.
So it's sometimes difficult to face that. I mean, we could all go and try and do something to try and to actually do it. It's a very different thing. Like, you could give up on day one.
Yeah. If you give up on day one, it's like, what's the point? You gave up on day one. You weren't really trying. You got to actually work hard and actually try. It's all part of it, you know?
Yeah, and I think through failure, so when you win, like when you succeed at something, it's called like the mountain and valley analogy. Like, we have these really like sharp, peaky mountain tops, and then our valleys are very dull and very like long. So I think a big thing that I've been focusing on, especially with this podcast, is when we have a bad video, or I don't think it's 17 views when it posts or something like that, have our valleys be as sharp as our peaks. Like, let us bounce out of this valley and keep going back up. Like, I think it's a big thing in life. Say you get rejected from the job you wanted to go to. Like, let that valley be really sharp and bounce back out of it.
A lesson for like the future, what you actually want to do, you know?
Because you could take a little cookie out of every single experience. Right? I mean, every day in school, we learn a little bit. We get a little better.
Yeah.
We learn something about someone. So I think that's one of the biggest things, is to take a little cookie out of everything.
For sure.
And in that, you'll chase your dream.
Yeah.
That's Jonathan, everybody. Episode 10 in the books.
Thank you.
Pretty crazy. We're 10 episodes in. Thank you all for the support. I mean, this is exactly what the show is about. It's showing how teens connect the dots of the real world and see how they're getting further. They're telling stories and just getting into the room with people who are still building, still figuring it out, bouncing ideas off of each other, and being honest about it. It helps people grow.
Yeah.
If this episode hit you and you enjoyed it, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. We do stuff like this every week, daily clips. I'm Nathan Rondoni. That's our co-host Haley. Special guest Jonathan. This is Connecting the Dots. What do we always tell the people?
Have a good day.
Fade to black.